Welcome to the online classes of biology. So, in the previous classes, we were studying chapter 4, that is reproductive health and its introduction. Okay, so today we'll continue that it is important to have small families in order to give them good basic needs of life, isn't it? So, for that, the families can adapt various contraceptive methods. Okay, so what is the use of contraceptive methods to avoid unwanted pregnancies? Okay, so for this, what are the ideal what conditions that is needed for a contraceptive use or any method that should be user friendly. Okay, it should be user friendly, it should be easily available, it should be effective, and it should be reversible with no or at least very less side effects. Understood? So, and it also should not have any interference with the sexual drive, desire, or sexual act of the users. Okay, so this question was asked once. Okay, what are the ideal conditions for an ideal contraceptive? What are they? They should be user friendly. Okay, then easily available, effective, reversible. Reversible means when the couple needs that it is not needed or they need children, so it should be easily reversible, and it should not have any side effects. Okay, and it should not interfere with the sexual desire or act of the user. Okay, so these are the what the main qualities that a contraceptive should have. Okay, now a number of contraceptive methods are there. So they can be classified into different groups like natural or traditional, barrier methods, okay, IUDs, oral contraceptives, injectables, implants, and surgical methods. All these are what different kinds of what contraceptive methods. Okay, so once again we'll see what are the natural or traditional, then barrier, IUDs, oral contraception, injectables or which can be injected, okay, implants, and surgical methods. So let's see all this. First method what we discussed is natural methods. Okay, so this is what using nothing, only avoiding, okay, coitus during the period where there is more chances of ovum and sperms meeting. We know that, isn't it? So understood. So this natural methods, okay, includes the periodic abstinence, okay, withdrawal or coitus interruptus, and lactational amenorrhea. So these are the natural methods. Once again, what are they? Periodic abstinence, withdrawal or coitus interruptus, then lactational amenorrhea. Understood? So let's see all this are what? Periodic abstinence means in this is a kind of method where the couple avoids what coitus from day 10 to 17 of the menstrual cycle. So we have learned that 14th day ovulation happens, and if the ovum is in the fallopian tube when the sperms reaches there, then only fertilization. Of course, we learned. So the most risky time, okay, in the menstrual cycle where the fertilization can happen is 10 to 17. So that is a simple method where the couple avoids coitus, okay, during this 10 to 17 days of menstrual cycle. Okay, but the problem is chances of fertilization are very high. Even though what this couple takes this measures, there can be what fertilization occur because all these are hormonal controlled, isn't it? And the ovulation can be happened a little more early or after the expected time. So this can this is not a what the accurate method of, or the 100% surety not is not there for this method to achieve contraception. Okay, then next is what withdrawal or coitus interruptus. So in this, the male partner, he withdraws the sex organ, okay, before ejaculation. Ejaculation, you know what is it? It is the ejection of the semen, okay, from or the sex organ. So before it happens, the sex organ is, or penis is withdrawn. Okay, so this is withdrawal coitus. Okay, so it will not allow insemination, isn't it? The deposition of semen in the female's body will not take place. That is called what? Insemination. So this is what known as withdrawal or coitus interruptus. Now, next is the lactational amenorrhea. Okay, so actually, it is what the absence of menstruation. So during the feeding period, okay, feeding period means when after the parturition, the mother start what breastfeeding the child. So as long as the mother breastfeeds the feeds the child, okay, then what happened, chances of fertilization is very less, because during this time what happened, no ovulation will be there. So if no ovulation is there, the rest of the what events in the menstrual cycle will be stopped. Okay, so as there is no what ovulation, the chance of fertilization is also very less. So all these are what natural methods. Okay, what are they? The natural methods includes periodic abstinence, withdrawal or coitus, withdrawal or coitus interruptus. So it's this is also a natural method. Then next is what I told is lactational amenorrhea. Okay, so all this is very clear. So the problem with all this is, even though there is no side effect is there, isn't it? No hormones are used, no injection, nothing. But the problem is what the chances of contraception are nil, isn't it? So this can be effective. Okay, the chances of this conception are nil, during which the lactational amenorrhea. Okay, but this method can be, all these methods, natural methods, even though they are what can be used, but 100% surety of contraception is not given in this. Understood? So side effects are not there. Chances of failure is also high. So this is the what the disadvantage. So about this, all this you understood. Natural methods of contraception. Okay, examples are what? Withdrawal or coitus interruptus, then lactational amenorrhea, and then the periodic abstinence. Understood? Periodic abstinence. So all these are the natural methods. Okay, now let's see about the other barrier methods. Okay, so barrier methods means some of the substances act as a barrier, that act as a barrier, some of the things that acts as a barrier from what physically meeting the sperm and the egg. Okay, they prevent the meeting of sperm and the egg. If sperm and egg they meet, then only fertilization happens, isn't it? So in barrier methods, what is done is they prevent the meeting of ovum and egg, sorry, ovum and sperm. So this are available for both males and females, and examples are condom. Okay, so condom are what, thin sheath like structures, or thin rubber latex sheath that is used to cover the penis, okay, or the male organ, or sometimes the female tract, okay, female, that is vagina and cervix. Understood? So just before the coitus, okay, before the means it should be applied, and the ejaculated semen will be collected in the condoms. Okay, so condom is one of the example of what barrier method, where what happened, it prevent the entry or meeting of sperm and egg. Okay, so it's made up of what, a very thin rubber shaped structure. Here the diagram is here, and here what happened, it will be covering the male organ, okay, male sex organ. And so what happened, just before the coitus, okay, what the semen, or it should be applied, and the semen ejaculated will be collected in this, so that there is no meeting between semen and the sperm and the egg. Okay, so this can prevent the conception, or contraception will be attained. Okay, and see, Nirod is a popular brand of condom for the male, and use of condom is having an additional benefit of protecting the user from the various STDs like what AIDS, isn't it? So what, in addition to achieve the contraception, this is having one more advantage. What is it? It can prevent the various STDs. Various STDs can be prevented by condom, using the condoms. Okay. Other advantage of this barrier methods are, okay, they are user friendly, means the the user can only be inserted, okay, and it will not have any problem, okay, it will not cause any side effects. Self inserted, okay, it can be used by the person who is using it. Barrier method that can be used by the females are diaphragms, cervical caps, walls, etc. Okay, so this also sometimes it will be coated by spermicidal creams, jellies, foams, etc. Spermicidal means which kills the sperm, so that also increases the contraceptive efficiency. Is it clear? So barrier method you understood. In man, or in males it is but the condoms, and females diaphragm, cervical caps, walls, etc. are the barriers used. So how they prevent or how they achieve contraception, by preventing the meeting of the male and female gametes. Okay, they cover the sex organs. So during if condom is used during the coitus, the semen ejaculated will be collected in that, and it will not be allowed to enter into the female's body. Okay, so an advantage is what, it is also achieving contraception, and at the same time it is also helpful to prevent the various the STDs, isn't it? Like what, the AIDS, okay, what other diseases, etc. Okay, then diaphragm or cervical caps, they are used by females, and it can be inserted into the cervix. Okay, and this are also what, the reusable, and okay, and they can be coated with spermicidal creams, jellies, foams, etc. That increases their what efficiency, contraceptive efficiency. Is it clear? So these are what various methods of various barrier methods. Okay, and another what called popular method of contraception is intrauterine devices, IUDs. So you have to remember this short forms, because in exams might be means it will be asked in this form. What is IUDs? Okay, or IUTs. So this type of short forms you have to remember. So this intrauterine devices can be inserted into the uterus through vagina by a medical expert. Understood? So what the doctor or expert nurse can introduce this, or it can be kept inserted into the uterus through the vagina. Okay, so there are different kinds of IUDs. Some of them are non-medicated. Okay, example of non-medicated IUDs are what, lips loop. Okay, don't forget, this is example for what, non-medicated IUDs. What is non-medicated? No what any extra what spermicide or any other hormones etc. are not there. Okay, then copper releasing IUDs are there. Examples of that are copper T, copper 7, multi-load 375, etc. Understood? So this releases what? Copper. Okay, during the its presence, or when it is inserted, it can also release what? Copper. Example is what? Copper T, copper 7, and what? The multi-load 375. Then hormone releasing IUDs are also there. Examples for this are what? Progestat, okay, then LNG 20, etc. Okay, progestat and LNG 20. These are what? The hormone releasing IUDs. So means it releases certain hormones also. Okay, so this IUDs, they increases phagocytosis of sperm, means the killing of sperms within the uterus, and copper how or copper containing IUDs, how they affect, they suppress the sperm mortality. So we understood that the sperm should have what? Count or in the semen. Okay, so a considerable or optimum count should be there, and it should be mobile, then only fertilization can occur. So copper releasing IUDs, how they are effective? They can also release what? Copper, and that suppresses the sperm motility. Okay, then the hormone releasing IUDs, they how they work? They also they act as a physical barrier, means they are inserted inside the uterus, so they won't allow the sperm to enter. In addition to that, they are also releasing hormones. Okay, so this make the uterus unsuitable for implantation, and the cervix hostile to the sperms. Understood? So uterus and the female, means by the release of this hormones, the hormones will go and make the uterus unsuitable for implantation. Okay, so these help to achieve what? The contraception. Okay, and IUDs, they are ideal contraceptive for females who want to delay pregnancy or space children. Means what? If they don't want children, means if they are already having a child, okay, and if they want to space the children, means to have to give time for the next pregnancy, in that time this can be used. Okay, so IUDs, you understood now? IUDs means what? The intrauterine devices. These are inserted by the experts, and I told there are different kinds, like what? The non-medicated IUDs. Example, lips glue, copper releasing IUDs, copper T, copper 7, multi-load 375, and hormone releasing IUDs. Example, progestastat and LNG 20. Understood? So or copper releasing. Okay, so how this attain the contraceptions? They increase the phagocytosis of sperms. Okay, and copper releasing in this IUDs, they suppresses sperm mortality. Okay, and then the reducing the fertilizing capacity of the sperms. Hormone releasing IUDs, how they work? They make the uterus unsuitable for implantation and the cervix hostile to the sperms. Clear? So these are what? Various methods of what? IUDs. So this much is very clear. So other topics will continue in the next class. Thank you.